Hey, what's up, everyone? David Staub here, founder of Magical with the divine mission to heal the world. My wife and I founded Magical with that mission in mind, and we are working to progress that mission every day of the week with some really, really incredible souls. So, just jumping on here for a second to talk about spiritual warfare. I definitely want to hit on this topic a little bit. And yeah, I'll give a few minutes for a few people to jump on. As you jump on, if everything's coming clearly, just let me know. I'm still working with this StreamYard app, so it's broadcasting against about through four different places right now. So as you comment, I will do my best to make sure I can see that. But yeah, just excited to jump on here and talk about this, man. It's a crazy time we're living in. I know we're all pretty aware of that. But I want to talk about spiritual warfare because it is a very, very, very real thing. And those of us that have awakened and are continuing to awaken on this spiritual journey are going to run into spiritual warfare. A lot of you listening may have already dealt with spiritual warfare. And even if you think you haven't, you likely have. Energy is a very real thing. Energetic attacks are a very real thing. And especially as you start to step into your spiritual gifts and you start to heal yourself, you start to heal your suppressed trauma, you start to step into your gifts, you become a lot more sensitive to those energies also. You know, you can take on energies just going to a grocery store. You can take on energies just conversing with someone. One thing I'm going to talk a lot about today is consent. This isn't going to be a long live, but there's a couple really big points I want to make on consent, because by you consenting to even engage with someone else, there's so much more happening on a spiritual level. You're allowing them into your energy field, which it's not a paranoid thing. It's just the time we're in now and the time we're going into, it's more important than ever to use discernment on the highest level, because there are people of the light and unfortunately there are people of the dark. You know, I'm a firm believer that there are literal earth angels that are angels in human form on earth. There are also demons that are in human form on earth. Okay, and this isn't a fear thing by any means. This is an awareness thing, because even stepping on the spiritual path, I never really truly understood the depths of a demonic person until probably about 6 or 7 months ago when we were heavily deceived by one. And that's the thing about this, y'all. A lot of these people that work with black magic, that work with dark stuff, that are coming from a place of darkness and hate or whatever, they can be very deceiving. So it's so important to use discernment in this time frame. So I want to talk about spiritual warfare a bit. And someone said, well, gosh, this is making a lot of sense. Why has this been happening to me lately? Krista, yeah, I'm telling you, now more than ever, because the light is winning. I know it seems like chaos out there, but the light is winning. There's no secret. We're in Revelations. This is the end times, but not this horrible end of the world, cataclysmic end of times that the indoctrinated religious practices have taught. It's the beginning of the new earth. It's beautiful. There's going to be soul families that are being brought together for beautiful missions. But that being said, the darkness is attacking right now. Those light workers out there, this message is for those light workers out there that are getting attacked, that don't know why their energy's been sapped, don't know why things are happening.
Krista says, I'm so sensitive.
Krista, you should definitely connect with Magical more. Seriously, there's a reason for that. My wife is right here next to me, actually. That's Megan.
Hi.
And you're so sensitive, and this is happening because you have a powerful mission. You're supposed to be hearing these words, you know, as you continue to grow, as you continue to do the work to heal yourself with breath work, plant medicine, foods, whatever healing modality works for you, you're going to get more sensitive. You're going to grow into these beautiful spiritual gifts. I know it seems like a curse when I say more sensitive, because my wife is always like, is this a blessing or is it a curse? Because she can take on other people's energies. But you're gonna get these beautiful spiritual gifts that are here to help serve humanity and serve your purpose. I mean, it's beautiful. You are a powerful light worker. That's why you're listening to these words, because it's time for people to really become aware of the spiritual warfare that's happening. There's light workers, but there's also darkness out there. There's people using, energy as energy. right? You can use it. You can pull from light or dark. You can use it for good or bad, right? There's been a lot of heavy religious indoctrination to put fear around things like meditation and around energy work, which is absolutely ridiculous. Not even going to get into that right now.
I will say one thing. It depends on the person's vibration that is doing the energy work.
Correct. Absolutely true.
And the intention and et cetera, et cetera.
Absolutely. The person that is doing this work, is their heart, do they have darkness in their heart? Do they have ill intent? That is because
what energy frequency are they vibrating on?
Exactly. What is the frequency they're using? Because this spiritual warfare is real and it's strong right now and it's attacking a lot of people right now and it's going to keep happening. But when you become aware of it, you can do things to protect yourself and you can really, really monitor your tribe so closely because there's wolves in sheep's clothing out there. You know, I'm not going to call out any names, but we had to deal with that on a very deep level in Magical. You know, there's a lot. Magical has a beautiful divine mission. Most of you have heard the story of it. It started in an ayahuasca ceremony because my wife had like 10 Lifetime movies worth of childhood and early adulthood abuse, and ayahuasca pulling that out of her and giving us the vision for starting Magical to be a catalyst to heal the world with plant medicines, with foods, with energy work, with mindset reprogramming.
And
deprogramming, right? But as it's grown, the darkness isn't going to want that to happen, right? So they try and infiltrate, right? There's people that say they're of the light that really aren't, that are working with different kind of stuff. And again, this isn't a fear thing. It's just an awareness thing. And that's what I wanted to speak on. Yep.
Ask yourself, like, does this even belong to me?
Right. That's huge, actually. Like, you could be walking through the grocery store. You could be dealing with in a group, and then all of a sudden you just feel angry. All of a sudden this rage comes over you.
Like your mood completely shifts.
Right. It just shifts out of nowhere. Sometimes that's not yours. That's someone else's energy.
Oftentimes that is not yours.
Oftentimes that's not yours. Mike Connor said intentions are powerful. Intention is everything, man. Everything. Mike Connor, we loved having you at our place. We loved having you at our last healing ceremony. And ceremonies are a great point of that, right? When you put your intention into these ceremonies, that's stuff you get out of it. Michelle,
hey, Michelle, Mickey.
Good to see you, Mickey. I've heard amazing things.
Love you.
We got to get you out to Austin, girl.
Or Belize.
But yeah, so let's talk about the spiritual warfare. It started long ago. It really started with the way all the systems have been created to manipulate and control. Like the political system, the news, like how the news is purely for fear, indoctrinating people with fear to keep them in control. The school systems are created, and this is all part of spiritual warfare. The school systems too. There's good people. There's good people that are, they're not saying they're all bad, but the foundational reason for it is to control, manipulate and control, to like program kids to think that their value is in their grades, their value is in what their teachers think about them. They should be taught to not think for themselves, but follow a system. Do not question authority. These are things we're all waking up to because the new earth is all about creativity. It's all about going within. It's all about, coming together and realizing your value's in you. It is not in what anyone else thinks about you. I've been working in the personal development space for a decade now in different ways. And one of the first things that we have to like deprogram people is this deep, deep program of caring what other people think about them. That's spiritual warfare too. It starts out with the systems put in place. Like religion, right? Again, I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole because I could talk about that for hours, but the systems of control that went into organized religions, if you look across the board, they're to try and get people to look for something outside of themselves. They're to try and give their power to something outside of themselves, right? What's going on?
Michelle said that she's a teacher.
I love that.
This teacher is working on changing.
I love that, Mickey. And this is not a hit on teachers at all. There's so many amazing teachers out there. And you know what? This new earth needs like teachers that are heart-centered, that are aware of this stuff. And I love that you're working on that. We have a couple really close friends, this incredible soul, Megan Lucero, that's also has just created an amazing situation for her son where she does this homeschooling and gratitude and like these nature walks. And I mean, there's so much more to it that she could comment on. I'm going to bring her on a live one of these days because that's what the world needs. Like new systems put in place that are telling kids to take their power back, that are showing kids how to deal with their emotions correctly, right? Not to hold it in. So I love that you're doing that, Mickey. That makes me so happy. We've met a couple souls that are in the teaching field or want to get into the really empowering children type field. Megan Lucero, your friend Stephanie, she has some Stephanie Howard has some incredible ideas about it. Mickey, you too. So that's great. But the systems themselves, that's how spiritual warfare started, like with these systems in place, all these systems. And this is why the world seems so chaotic. Look, your life, it was created for you to love and to live and to have impact in all these beautiful things. But darkness had control of all these systems, and they foundationally kept humanity manipulated, kept them controlled. But people are waking up to this. They're waking up to this. This is why it is the Great Awakening. And as they wake up to this, and they come into their power, the darkness is out there. They're going to know that. That's why I'm talking more about spiritual warfare, because they do begin to take action, right? The division of families. Families have been torn apart like crazy. You know, it's interesting that I found across the board, and this isn't for everyone, but more often than not, it's not your blood family that ends up being the family that you're so powerfully connected to as time goes on. It could be a member or two. It just in my experience, right? Someone else, you could be,
mine.
And her experience. We're super, super grateful for our moms, but really the majority of our family, we're just not close to. And it's nothing against them. They've chosen their path and they're very much of the world, the systems and stuff like that. But we resonate and we vibrate so much more consistently with this soul family of people that are just non-judgmental, unconditional loving, like that understand these spiritual aspects and understand the way the system has used to control people, right? So it divided families like crazy, the spiritual warfare does. And the reality is there is a true battle of dark and light. Like there legitimately is. And a lot of people don't want to face that fact. They want to think that the government loves you. They want to think that everything you're taught is the way it is. They want to think that, and what drives me crazy is like, it's so apparent for so many of us, but we have to still love those people with love and light and just wish them the best, but there is a true battle of dark and light. And what I want to talk about next is protecting your energy and the importance of protecting your energy. And I'm tying that in with consent. And this is such an important part to understand, okay? Because this is stuff I had to learn. We all had to learn and still learning, but consent. So going back to what I said before, I firmly believe there are actual angels here in human form that are here to help elevate the earth. There are light workers here that are that chose to come here to help elevate the earth's vibration and create this new earth together, right? There are also demons that are in human form. There's also darkness. Again, spiritual war. Now, when you're speaking with someone, when you interact with someone, there's different levels of consent. This is also how the darkness has used different programs, TV programs, different things to subconsciously get consent for these things, right? When you consent to something, you're allowing it into your energy field. You're allowing someone into your energy field. There is darkness out there. There is people that don't have your best interest in mind that you're allowing into your energy field. And it's the smallest things, y'all. And we just went through this again. I'm not going to talk about specific names right now, but there are wolves in sheep's clothing out there. You have to use discernment on this. And I'll give you an example, okay? Let's say you come across someone. I'm going to give you an example that we dealt with. I'm not going to say names, but I'm going to give you an example we dealt with. Someone that was very close to us. It was shocking to us, but the truth always comes out. And the truth will always come out in the end. Okay, and we found out this person was working with dark magic, unfortunately, right? So we had to cleanse them. We had to cut ways. We had to cut paths. We send them off with love and light. But listen, let's say you run into that. Let's say you run into someone that has ill intent or is darkness or hopefully this isn't the case, but is demonic, because there are demonic people out there. These things are real, right? Even by something as simple as Facebook. If you're connected with them on Facebook and you allow messages to come to you and you're accepting it, I know it seems small. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, but you are still consenting to them being in your energy field. Just by accepting friend requests, or just by accepting messages, just by having that open channel. You know, a lot of us in our inner circle, in Magical's inner circle, we communicate on Marco Polo. It's an amazing app. I do like 95% of my communication on it. It's phenomenal. It's a beautiful app. But we were connected to this person, these people, on Marco Polo. And I'm telling you this, as soon as some of our inner circle, as soon as people deleted and blocked these people that weren't necessarily had the best intention for them, immediately you'll feel better. You'll feel lighter. You'll feel like a weight is lifted. The blanket is off. You feel better immediately because that energy is no longer in your field. Who says words or spells? Spell that. Absolutely. Mike Connor, you're absolutely right. The words you say are powerful too. That's true. Words, it's why they call it spelling. It's literally spells. Going back to what I was saying though, if you know of anyone that is working with darkness that may be demonic, I'm telling you, in your best interest, in your love's and best interest, you have to make sure you're not consenting in any way for them to be in your energy field, in any way. And those of you that are stepping into your power, that are starting to work with your spiritual gifts, that are coming into these beautiful things like Reiki or angel readings or, whatever spiritual gifts you have, understand and use discernment on those that you're doing spiritual work on. When you're using your gifts and when you're doing work on energy work on someone, you are not only tapping into their energy, they're able to tap into your energy too. It is so important to understand that. So, because if you're working with someone that may be demonic or someone that is not of the light in this spiritual battle we are in, they can tap into that. They can attach an entity to you. They can
some of your thoughts are not even your thoughts.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a form of mind control.
Absolutely. That's a huge point.
And it's real. It is real. It's definitely real.
It is. People think that they have these horrible thoughts and they don't know where they come from. Entities can attach to you. Entities attach to people in different ways through abuse, especially, unfortunately, sexual abuse. Unfortunately, that's a big one where entities attach from that because it's so dark and there's like that demonic stuff attached to it. Alcohol. That's why they call it spirits.
The frequency that you're vibrating at.
Absolutely. All these ways entities can attach to you. Do you want to talk?
No.
Okay.
Hi.
I keep getting confused if she wants to say something.
No.
But these are all ways that entities can attach to you. Now, they can be removed. The beautiful thing is they can all be removed. The beautiful thing to understand foundationally, the light is more powerful than the dark, period. The light is more powerful. What's inside you is more powerful than anything the darkness can throw at you, 100%. So know that, feel that, know that to be true. All is well. Everything's working out for your highest good. But become aware of these things, right? Like entities are real. They attach to you. They do it with alcohol. That's a great one. I know a lot of people don't really want to face that yet, but it's true. That's why do you think the system pushes alcohol so much? Do you think the system is for you? No, the system is for pharmaceuticals. The system is for fear-based indoctrination. The system is for wars. The system is for greed. They push alcohol. It lowers your frequency. It can attract entities. What do you think blacking out is? It's possession. It is possession. I'm speaking from experience. I was horrible. That was my vice for years, was drinking and binge drinking up in New York City like crazy and blacking out. When you black out, you literally an entity is attaching to you and possessing you. That is what blacking out is. It is actual possession. So just become aware of this. There is no judgment here. This is about self-awareness and becoming aware of these things. Because when you become aware of these things, you can protect your energy. You can stop that shit from happening and step into your power and help us heal this world the way it's supposed to be healed, to create what's supposed to be created, what was always supposed to be, right? So understand that. Okay, entities can attach to you. There's ways to remove entities though. DM me offline if you want more of those, but like plant medicine is fantastic for entity removal. There's some people have different spiritual gifts. Some people can do entity removals. There's multiple ways you can remove entities. So it's not like a damning thing, but just be aware of that. So alcohol, abuse, but even if someone has ill intent and you're doing spiritual work on them, if they wanted to, and if they're of that darkness and they have that power, they could potentially try to put an entity, right? So just become aware of that. I'm making this whole video because it is time for all of us to step into our power. It is time for the creation of the new earth. And as that happens, light is rising and darkness is faltering behind the scenes, but they're going to continue to attack. They're going to continue to try and do these other things to stop the light workers. They're going to try and put doubt in your mind. If you have these, sometimes it's not even your thoughts. Like Megan just said, it's not your thoughts. It's this horrible, evil thought that gets put in there and you think it's your thought, but it's not. It's this freaking entity that's around you. This is why around your home, doing these practices, saging is fantastic to do every night. Sage with mantras. I am powerful. All is well. Well, go through saging, doing your mantras. All this stuff will protect your energy field. Okay. I just wanted to talk about that. Oh, you're so welcome. Mickey said, thank you. I just wanted to talk about all that. I didn't want to make this a very a long drawn out live. I definitely can talk more about this another time. Loretta's not getting sound. No, I'll figure out what's going on there, Loretta. Hopefully everyone else can hear me when I'm talking.
I think everyone else is. They're commenting.
But I wanted to get out there. Look, this is a spiritual war. We are in spiritual warfare. We are of the light. The light will always overcome and will always be more powerful than the dark. Just become aware of it. Protect your energy. Protect your tribe. Okay? Monitor your tribe. Protect them. Okay? And protect your sanctuary. Protect your home. All is well. Everything's working out. So no fear. Don't give in to fear. Just become aware and take action and step into your power. It's time for us all to step into our power. Thanks for joining me here. The last thing I'll mention is we are finalizing the retreat in Belize. It's going to be absolutely amazing. It is the ultimate healing experience. We're going to be coming out with the itinerary. We're going to have 14 or 15 available spots for it, June 10th to June 21st. It's an 11-day all-inclusive, beautiful retreat in Belize, 2 nights on a private island, 9 nights in a beautiful jungle, beautiful medicines, powerful medicines, and about 18 world-class facilitators that we're working with that are all coming together to facilitate the most profound healing at this retreat. It is going to be a life-changing, completely life-shifting experience, the ultimate life-shifting experience. So DM me if you want more info on that. And we do have, for those of you that are around Austin, we do have 4 spots available for our monthly magical healing ceremony on March 27th. So DM me if you want info on that too. We love you. We're here for you. As always, Magical will always be here for every one of you. We are making powerful steps forward on our mission to heal the world one soul at a time. We had an incredibly successful healing ceremony last month. 27 souls flew in from around the country and had profound healing from all around the U.S. So it's just a beautiful thing. It's time for you to heal. You can heal. Happy healing, everyone. Have a wonderful night.